This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West, with a heavy question today for the Power Project. There are lots of us out there that find satisfaction in the gym, but then it dies out as we slave away at our jobs. What are the keys to maintaining some sort of satisfaction? Well, you know, I'd like to quote Freddie Roach had a great quote about this. Freddie Roach is the greatest boxing coach of all time, and he's dying of multiple sclerosis, and he was in the hospital one day. He turned to the camera while they were filming him for a documentary, and he said, I do what I love, and I love what I do, but today is not a good day because I'm not in the gym. I think that's amazing. There's a guy on his deathbed, and he said it's not a good day because he's not in the gym. Now, being a meathead, that sounds pretty cool, but you could apply that to anything else. You know, if it's an artist, maybe they want to be in their art studio, or if it's a musician, maybe they want to be playing music, or if it's an athlete, maybe they want to be playing their sport, or you know, whatever it is. So I think that a lot of times we do find satisfaction in the things that we like to do. We obviously find dissatisfaction in the things that we don't like to do, and the key is, and your question is, how do you kind of balance that stuff out? I'm not the one to give you that answer, really, because you know, like as you saw in the movie The Avengers, which I thought sucked, by the way. In the movie The Avengers, the Captain America yells at the Hulk. He says, "Hulk, you better get mad fast. It's time to get mad." And he says, "My secret is I'm always mad." And that's kind of my secret, is that I'm always pissed off, and that I hate nearly everybody that I encounter on a daily basis. But I suck it up just like the rest of you, and I pretend to like people, and I pretend to be nice as much as I possibly can. Let's face it, man, some things about life suck. You know, like having my brother pass away a few years ago, having my dad nearly die. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to cry about it? You know, you're going to sit around, you're going to mope about it? People die every day. Death is a part of life. It's just the way things are. It's just the way things go. Things are not always going to go your way. Having said that, you have to force things to go your way sometimes, and life is what you make of it. I know you hear that all the time. It sounds extremely cliche, but it is. It's your choice. It's a choice to be happy. It's a choice to wake up grumpy and complain about your back. It's a choice to wake up grumpy and complain about this or complain about that. You have a choice to plant your feet firmly on the ground and say, you know what, I'm going to kick some ass today. And that's what I say to myself nearly every single day. It ain't easy. It's hard. I got 2 kids, got a wife, got a gym, got a couple businesses to run, the Slanger, the Power Magazine. You know, I got a lot of stuff on my plate, just as a lot of you do out there. A lot of you guys probably have even more shit to do, because look at me, I'm not even doing anything. I'm just sitting here talking to a camera in front of a Starbucks before I go drink some coffee and then go hit the gym. And you kind of mentioned here too, you know, what are Mark Bell's keys to life, keys to happiness? How can someone be as happy and well-adjusted as you, even in the face of the daily grind? Again, I already told you my secret. My secret is I am not that happy. I have a lot of fun, but I choose that route. That's a choice for me. That's not something that just automatically happens. Obviously, when I was younger and had less concerns and less things to do, then it did come naturally. I was a happy person, but a lot of that had to do with my parents growing up. And I'll share a quote from my pops that I think will help you a lot. Part of knowing who you are is knowing who you are not. That quote right there alone will help you find your way a little bit, I think, because as long as you realize, you know, if you're a power lifter, if you just kind of realize, you say, you know what, I'm you know, mid-30s, going, you know, mid-30s, I'm doing the best I can in powerlifting, but there's no way I'll ever be Ed Cohn. There's no way I'll ever be Dave Hoff. There's no way I'll ever be this guy or that guy. Once you kind of realize that, I think that's okay. It's okay to surrender a little bit and realize that you are who you are, and you got to do the best that you can. And doing the best that you can may or may not match up to the greatest lifters of all time. Hopefully it does. Hopefully you can reach that status. But even if you don't, you have to take some satisfaction in making progress. And that's why powerlifting is such a great sport, is there's a lot of progress to be made. There's 3 lifts, and all of us, nearly all of us, suck at least one of them. if not two of them, if not all three of them. And the more you suck, the more room you have for improvement. That's the way I look at it. I suck at a lot of things in the gym. You guys would be so surprised. You know, a raw closed stance, low box squat or something like that. I mean, geez, it'll be awful, especially for a guy who's probably about to squat 1,100 pounds. You got to find satisfaction in certain things. You got to kind of have these mini victories. I share a couple quotes with you guys. Some of them make sense, some of them don't. Some of them are just kind of just threw together for fun. I like James Hetfield says in a song. He says, "Fuck it all, fucking no regrets." I like that. I think that's the way you should live your life. You know, obviously, you know, don't be too much of an idiot, but you shouldn't have a lot of regrets in your life. And if you do, then you're not doing the shit you're supposed to be doing. Let's see what else I got here. Real G's Move in Silence. That's from Lil Wayne. Stolen from Big Papa. I love that one. That one really has nothing to do with this conversation, but it's just smooth. I like it. This is a good one. This one is from The Ultimate Warrior. Not taking shit from other people is one thing, but having the self-discipline to not take shit from yourself is true strength. That right there is pretty damn hard to do. On a daily basis, you're on a daily struggle with yourself, just to do pretty much just anything, you know, whether it's to go to the bank or go get a haircut. I mean, for some reason, something in your mind, you look at your hair and you go, oh my God, my hair looks like shit, I need to go get a haircut. But something in your mind goes, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll get my haircut tomorrow. Why don't I just do it tomorrow, you know? Don't allow that to happen to you. Do the things that you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do them. Get them done. You need to go to the bank, need to get money out because you got a trip planned or whatever. Go to the damn bank, get your money out. Go do it. Go do it. Take these small accomplishments and get them done. They'll make you feel better about everything. It'll make your life a lot easier. You put yourself in these predicaments and you fall behind. That's when shit starts to fall apart. Let's see. I got another quote here. People seem to care a lot more about their losses than they do their gains. Think about that quote and how bad that quote sucks. But it's true. People seem to hold on to the things that they lose. They seem to hold on. They seem to be emotionally attached to the things they've lost instead of the things they gained. And they can't ever see the bright side. They can't ever see the good side. So make sure you're not doing that. This one's pretty cool. This one's from The Ultimate Warrior where he talks about the Genius Reaper. Those of you who are not watching The Ultimate Warrior, you're out of your mind. You need to check him out. I think it's Mr. Ultimate Warrior on YouTube. You got to check it out. It's some pretty motivational shit. He talks about the Genius Reaper. The Genius Reaper is the guy who sucks away your hopes and dreams. You go to bed with a great idea. You're like, man, I got an awesome idea. I want to do this. I want to write an article. I want to invent a product. I want to market this. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you wake up the next day and the Genius Reaper has creeped into your spine, sucked out your bone marrow, and sucked you dry and took your idea and crumpled it up into a little ball and threw it in the garbage. You can't allow that to happen. You have an idea, you have an invention, you have some creativity in your body, then it needs to be shared with others, and you need to find a way. Dying with those ideas in your head isn't going to do anybody any good. And it's certainly going to cause you a lot of misery. I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, hey, I invented that slingshot thing. I used to put a band around my arms. It's like, fuck you, asshole. You didn't invent no slingshot. The slingshot is not a bunch of rubber bands wrapped around your arms. I've seen people do that, obviously, but the slingshot was not invented through that process at all. It was invented independently of any of those stupid other thoughts out there. But if you have an idea, get it to work, man. Get it out there. Get a prototype going and get shit rolling. Do not let the Genius Reaper creep into your bone marrow. Last but not least, I have a statistic here for you. $2,739.73. $2,739.73. That is how much money you have to make every single day to make $1 million in a year. And that's one of my goals. That's one of my goals with the slingshot. The reason why I bring this up is because I want to point out the fact that if I don't reach that goal, it's not going to kill me. If I don't reach certain goals, I have certain goals in powerlifting. I have certain things that I need to achieve and need to obtain. A 2,700 pound total is something that I have to do, that has to happen. Making $2,739.73 doesn't necessarily have to happen, although that would be cool. And that would give me a lot of convenience, and it'd give me a lot of breathing room, so to speak. But with the 2,700 pounds total, I've put so much work and so much time into powerlifting that if I was to ever walk away without that, I would feel very unsatisfied. Now, you got a lot of other guys out there doing 2,800, 2,900. The great Donnie Thompson even did 3,000 pound total. But again, part of knowing who you are is knowing who you are not. And I am not them. I am striving for my own goals. I'm going to have fun with it. Hopefully I can do 2,700, and hopefully one day I can do 2,800. And hopefully one day I can make $1 million in a year or more. And hopefully that helps answer your question. And that is it from supertraining.tv. Later.